This one is about inverted thinking. Now, inverted thinking can be attributed to two main people, I believe, Albert Einstein and Charlie Munger. So, whoever talks about inverted thinking, I think you come from the school of thought of these two legendary and great men. Now, there was a time in my life where I was studying geniuses, and so Albert Einstein was a person I studied. And there was a time when I was studying wealth, and so Charlie Munger, along with Warren Buffett, were people I studied. And they both had this philosophy and way of thinking in common: inverted thinking. Now, what does inverted thinking mean? Essentially, inverted thinking is to take a problem and flip it on its head. Let me give you an example. Let's say you're Charlie Munger and you're thinking about what to invest in a company. Should I do it? When's the best time to invest? And is this something that will stand the test of time? So, a classic approach that Charlie would do is give all the reasons as to why he wouldn't invest in this business, all the reasons why this business would fail, all the reasons why the amount of money he was thinking to invest in this company would be better suited elsewhere, right? It's being able to essentially pose a mirror, a parallel reality. Humans have a negativity bias. Now, this is something that Einstein and Munger both understood. Think about when you're driving on a motorway. Do you stop and stare at the green trees? Or do you stop and stare when there's a car crash? That's the truth. Because we love to see bad stuff. That's the way the human brain is wired through years of evolution, because we've been conditioned to look at danger, fear, right? You've been conditioned through years of programming that's inside your DNA, through your ancestral heritage. You have a negativity bias. And so if I ask you to list me a whole bunch of things you're grateful for, it might take you a second. But if I say, describe every problem you have in your life at the moment, you're probably going to be ringing them off, right? With no stop. Because we as humans are geared towards the negative. So let's use it. And this is the philosophy of inverted thinking. It's being able to take whatever problem you have, any scenario that you want to encounter, and break down into a granular detail. Then you use the inverted way of thinking and break it down into steps. Now, I often talk about reverse engineering your dream life. This again is a form of inverted thinking. So if you're a kid watching this now and you say, I don't know what I want to do in the future, let's play the inverted thinking game. Do you want to be sat behind a desk on a computer screen for 8 hours of the day? No. So through the process of elimination and using inverted thinking, you're able to categorize at least the things you don't want to do, right? And once you're able to really establish the anti-frame, it's much easier for you to naturally flow into the thing that is your true purpose. So I'm not going to be here giving you the answer and salvation to this is how you find your purpose. If you're a young kid watching this, I won't tell you how to find the thing you want to do. What I will tell you is this is the way you find out what you don't want to do. And this is just as important. You need to figure out the things you're not comfortable with. Comfort is a killer. But at the same time, if you don't have a vacuum, space to grow, you will never achieve your lifelong mission. And so that's why you must eliminate the things that don't align with your life. Identify them through inverted thinking and then rid yourself of it. So if you answered to that question, that I don't want to be behind a desk for 8 hours, understand that when you create your life vision, when you take steps every single day towards your goal, you shouldn't be behind a screen for 8 hours. And if you are, then you should be taking steps to get yourself out of there, right? This is the power of inverted thinking. Right, boys, there's another point I wrote down here. Let me remind myself of it. But if you was a kid who watching the TV show, watching the movie, you've always resonated more with the villain. You want the Joker to win. You want Bane to win. You want Randy Orton to win. You're someone who will definitely benefit from the inverted way of thinking. If you've not used this frame before, but you are someone who resonates, you know what? I have always rooted for the villain. Then this is the perfect way, because you are someone who naturally will find ways to break things. You've got that villain arc in you. So now break. Because once you've figured out the way to break something, then you will know how to do the opposite, which is build. So if you're stuck on building an app, think about how you'd break an app. If you're stuck on a project, stop thinking about how do I build this project? How do I start this project? Think about how you'd stop it. Think about how you'd break it. Because this is your natural inclination. If you watch the movies and the TV shows and you've always resonated with the villain, you will benefit from inverted thinking. That's Winner Krizz, baby. If you enjoyed this and you're more interested on stuff like this, around the mindset, around reprogramming the mind, we have a whole module in it on our school community. First link in the description. Other than that, boys, Winner Krizz out.